All right, everybody. Sorry for the long video. As you can see, not much has happened here. Well, some, but not much. We had a combination of people being sick, people's kids being sick, people on vacation, and hold up on parts, finding specific parts. So right now, one of the things that I'm doing is one of these clutch cables. This is a 71 inch. Just want to make sure I got the right size. I'm going to get that next. We're going to be changing the headlight assembly, working with the owner. We're going to be getting one net, makes it look kind of same-ish, but bright at the same time. The little plug-in that they got here is not exactly all that great. We're going to keep with the factory carb. I don't know if I said that once before. Factory carb is going to stay. Probably get a factory air cleaner set up on there as well. We were looking at the I believe it was a Ram Charger cleaner that I have over here, but we may not go with that. Maybe just trying to keep it a little stock. He's still deciding exactly where he wants to go with this. We do have a front tire for it already over there. I've got new pads for the front, new pads for the rear. Debating on if we want to do rotors still currently. That's the next question we're going to ask him as I'm working my way down that way. Don't forget, on the minor side of all this, we still have a 3-hole to do, which is the simplest of this, thank God. But that'll probably be the last thing I do. We already know she runs. Everything's dialed in. Just got to get the bars up and, set in place per se. But other than that, she's a work in progress. She's still coming along. We're not disappointed. Now, if we want to look over here, fun stuff, fun times for everybody. So, yeah. I get to sit down. So, you would want to get behind this inner race here so you could, pull it forward. Fortunately, there's not enough room for that. So I've already tried notching it and trying to pull it forward. I got some clamps that would go in here, or a puller that would go in here, but I haven't heated it up yet to try so, but that's going to be the next step. I'm going to try notching this completely all the way around. The only thing that I'm more concerned with is weakening the material to where it separates, and then I'm going to be very, very happy, a very, very happy person. More of a happy person than I already am as it sits. Thankfully enough, the season's already over, so I can't be too upset. The only thing I could be upset with is the fact that a lift is tied up. In the meantime, we won't even get to you because I still got to get parts for this. Concentration's been other places, but currently this bad boy is down for the count. Other hands here, we have the other shop project bike that I have not touched yet. This is an 80 Sporty. Got to get a couple gaskets and then probably some spark plug wires, some sparkulator wires. I figured out it wasn't firing all the time. I ended up putting an inline to test for spark, and it was intermittent. Again, this was an old project. You could probably tell, even though we already pulled it out of a barn, she's still coated in dust. She's been sitting for quite some time. This was kind of a Hail Mary kind of cool bike. I don't like Sportsters just because of how narrow they are, but honestly, this was not a bad looking bike, and it kind of grew on me. So we haven't even touched this. This gentleman isn't even coming in yet. We got to look into a new carb assembly. This is a repeat offender right here. This bike. Sad truth of the matter is she's got a backstory with her. She was actually someone's pride and joy once upon a time out in Rhode Island. The maker of the seat actually had their name stitched in underneath. I have reached out to them for the customer. He didn't ask, but I did just because I wanted some background on it when the gentleman originally picked this bike up. And I tried reaching out to these people. I did find photos of this bike. It was actually pretty dope. It was a cool bike. I say this one's kind of grown on me too. Kind of a cool little fact with the Victories that they got the some of the speedometers in their headlight assemblies. We're waiting for him to pick this one up. This bike went down and it tore the back brake line off and messed this up pretty bad. I tightened up this whole assembly on the side here. I refrained from bending back the exhaust. I got it a little bit, but I didn't want to do too much on it. When it went down, it pushed it in. I cleaned up some of the rust on here for them. The whole headlight was completely rusted. Just something I wanted to do just to be nice. Wipe down the chrome just because I could. Managed to find a brake line that didn't cost an arm and a leg, and I believe it might have come off a Touring. Sensor was all the same and everything. The only thing that was slightly off was the bend back here. Managed to make it, work it nicely, space out the bend in it, and fit pretty damn good. And looks almost like it was never changed. It was ripped off past the sensor underneath here by your oil filter, which is down there. We're going to be waiting for him to come pick this up. I took it for a quick rip. Brakes work. It's a nice little feel. Pretty cool. It's not a bad bike. Like I said, it was someone's pride and joy once upon a time. The gentleman who owns it. He's making it his pride and joy, I believe. Seat has no grip, though. To the folks out there, if they catch this bike and they know exactly about this bike, if they see this and they want to reach out, let us know. This guy would probably benefit from a seat being redone. It's kind of sad. It was a cool LED cover. I spent some time making the LEDs work on this. I don't know where the cover went. I bet when the bike went down, it got broken. I spent quite a bit of time trying to get all of them to work on the side here. Bike's still here. No big deal. Season's over. We're not worried about it. Like I said, she's up for sale. This guy worked on this one. Put a brand new front tire on it. Looking to do brakes on the front. We're having something go on currently, so I needed to move it and put it out of the way. Left the calipers off just for the moment so I could move it back. But she's got a brand new tire on it. We're going to do front rotors and pads as well as a 3-hole on it. That's the next step, and that's off onto the side. So currently, this is where we stand with everything said and done. Just wanted to give some folks some updates. Don't mind that over there. That's not mine. I drive a Chevy, which everyone that owns any types of vehicles will have their own opinions about. But that's me helping out somebody who needed something done. Meantime, yeah, this one was the more of the bigger-ish projects that were more interesting, just because. And I wanted to mainly start and end with this. I know this bad boy, not too interesting. No one's really going to care that, ooh, he pulled the primary and has to do the inner primary bearing. Good for you. The only thing that sucks is, finding everything to get it off. Fun times. But yeah, currently she's coming along. I think as well with everything that we got going on, the owner is still in the process of trying to decide what he wants to do with it. If we were going to chrome it out, make it look like a Cholo whip or something like that. But I think he's trying to bring down the chrome as the next step. We're also looking to do a new shifter linkage. Ooh, nothing big, but small things that do accentuate some things. It's pretty cool. It goes a long way, especially if it's yours and it's in your own head and you know about it. But yeah, she's currently still a work in progress, as is that one, as is that one, as is that one, as is that one, as is this one. You're done. Well, he's going to need a motor. This is a lump sum, I'm going to call it. It's got your transmission and engine all in one. And when he first got the bike and brought it in, I drained it, and a piece of metal that was like the size of a quarter came out of there. And it looked like a gear of some sort. Homeboy rode it just like it was, and now she shakes pretty good. Still sounds mean as fuck. If anything, sounds like I'd say a 1970s or 60s Caddy. She's got that like, I can't even explain what that sound. Those flat tip pipes, even though these ain't them, it's what it sounds like from back in the day. It's like I'm watching freaking Grease Lightning over here. The bike that is currently over there, my other bike, that one right there, not that one, but that one, we just got the tins back for her. And I gotta tell you, man, look at these. Oh, it's a candy midnight blue. I can't even begin to tell you how beautiful that looks. Now I'm scared because now I don't want to ride the bike with them on it. Because I mean, look at that. That's some beautiful stuff right there. I mean, come on. Holy cow. It's freaking sweet. And we're just waiting to get the rear fender back on it. They ain't gonna go on the bike anytime soon. The other scary part is finding a place to put said tins at when all said and done. Because when I'm not here and anybody else is not here, we have no idea when mysterious things happen. So, yeah. And then I would at some point in time like to hit this myself. Again, my own personal project. Did manage to get the lower subframe with the new whatever stage number these are at, control arms and polyurethane bushings in here. Sucked. 2007, all the bolts that were down there came out except for two. One on each side decided wanted to snap. So that became a project that just yeah, not fun. Like I said, anyone ever asks about it, I can go into what I did to it. And it's kind of fun, but not really. It's kind of cool-ish, waste of money, blah, 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 blah. And then, yeah, like I said, this guy right here, still work in progress. But we will be updating people as we go along. We are still deciding, I think, with a gentleman if he wants to go ahead and change out the belt. She's a little hard. Tire is good for age, no dry rot too. This tire, on the other hand, dry rot, age is beyond itself, and that's why we're going black wall. I was wondering if he wanted to go white wall. He didn't dig it, so I'm kind of sad to say we're going with black walls. So we're going to run it. I mean, it does seem appropriate with the white wall. It does, and honestly, again, not my style. Kind of growing on me, but white wall would have probably been badass. But still would have to change that one too, even though it's partially hidden. Still not going to match. So we did a Shinko. I figured he wanted something sticky. The sipage is not the greatest for my personal preference. I asked him if he was going to get caught in the rain or if he intended to. I know I have gotten caught in the rain multiple times. Lovely. And I'm glad the sipes on my tires, they bridge off pretty damn good. You know, that'll do some water runoff for you. So if he does get caught, I don't know how I feel with not too much of connected sipage that's going to actually run off. I could be an idiot and, you know, just be talking out my butt and full of it, but realistically, when I want to divert water, I want to have it completely push it out, not have a block where it can build up. But again, I am not the engineer of this. I could be wrong. This is a universal position tire, and it does say that you can put them up front, and that's what he was going with. It's not the cheapest option, but it is a cheaper option, and Shinkos right now seem to be doing pretty damn good in the market, so we're running with it. And then, yeah, waiting on spark plugs, clutch cable. He's deciding what he's going to do with the light assembly. Risers, again, fun fact with risers, you have to go ahead and do, what the heck is it? You have to be able to turn the forks because the bolts underneath them have a plate that is literally and directly below the risers themselves, the actual bolts. So now I'm kind of stuck with a bike that's on a lift that I'm going to have to hold like a madman and roll off at some point in time just to get the risers up and on it because I got to turn left to right. But project and problem for another day as I solve other problems. But like I said, wanted to update folks, let y'all know what's going down, what's been going down, and I mean, I would say how we're holding up. I mean, we're holding up pretty fairly well, I'd say, but you know, where we're at currently is where we're at. So wanted to give you all the rundown and just let y'all know we're still alive. All right, anyone watching, it is, I believe, about 10 o'clock right now currently. And this is going to be me calling it for the night. Well, nah, I'm probably going to be another 20 or 30 minutes. I got to finish up with that thing right there. But yeah, everyone, I hope you somewhat find this entertaining. It wasn't too much of a laughable one. I mean, you could see my nightmares as it progressively gets worse and more is added to the mix. He's been here a while. He's not a lifer, but he's been here a while. That one's going to be a lifer. I'm not happy with you. And you're mine. You're not. So I have no excuse for you. For you, just poor time and everything else, judgment calls and blah, blah, blah. But yeah, leave your comments in the sections below. We have fun when we can. This was just say hello. We're live. Have a good one, folks.